Ladies and gents, welcome back. The boys are back to business. And this time we're at a different location, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's quite obvious.
Yeah,
We're in a completely different province, actually.
dog. We way out of Jersey.
Way too
We
far.
way out of Jersey, dog.
Yeah.
We literally where the sun starts, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's boiling here.
Yeah. No
Literally.
fair shout out to Madaiza.
Matiza in the chat. So Madaiza brought us out to Mpumalanga. This is Ilanga Mall, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
like we've been chatting. That's why we rocked the merch.
Yeah.
So now the chat is fully in motion right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't wanna go back to Joburg, dog.
You don't
For
want to
real?
buy.
I don't wanna go back home. I think I'm gonna move out here, actually.
It's capping.
I might as well make
You can
this my
only
new
move here
life,
if
you know
you're
what I
doing
mean?
tender stuff. Because you're not going to compete with the bros.
Yeah,
nah,
here you
finish.
need
Fana,
60,000
this is the only place
per
in my
month.
life where I see matalas, bruh. Doing more than young people.
Doing the
bruh.
things, ne?
Matalas, bruh.
Dog, they freaking at like midnight. I couldn't believe it, dog.
60-year-old brewers looking
Dog.
like 20-year-olds,
My
bruh.
nigga.
Skinny jeans, boy.
Now, my thing is that I can see myself getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city life, you know what I mean?
Really?
I can't take the hustle and bustle anymore. I like the more chill,
Nah, do you know
the
what
more
he likes?
relaxed vibe.
He likes the relaxed girls, bruh. The girls are,
Dog,
Yeah,
for him,
they-
yeah, it's too easy for
yeah,
him.
they're just too chilled. They're
They
all
are
about
way easier.
chats and just being around,
Yeah.
you know, those kind of chats. So,
But okay, first, what did you think when you pulled up here, dog?
sorry?
What did you think when you pulled up here?
Dog, I've been here a couple of
No,
times.
I'm not talking about like Mpumalanga. I'm saying Matiza store.
Matiza,
Yeah.
pulling up here.
Yeah, to the store.
What did I
What do you
think?
think of the store?
Yeah, what do you think of the store?
It's fresh, bro. Like I like the green field, dog.
Ne?
Like they have going on.
It's
here.
dope to see young black kids doing amazing stuff business-wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, when,
Usually you don't see that type of stuff.
when Junior told us we're going to eat somewhere, he was like, "Yeah, this the establishment is of a young black person." I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna make
Yeah,
us
no,
eat
he's
tomato sauce and masonjas." Dog. And he said, "Yeah, black business, look, support local."
Yeah.
So
You know, but like it's inspiring to see a lot of the stuff that the guys are doing out
Nah.
here. You know,
Niggas are
I
moving,
think more
dog.
people should like come see exactly what's going on to sort of pick up inspiration from everybody else that's here. You know,
yeah, I mean, like let's get into the chat. Like just coming here, the process. Like how was our first night here?
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
like you'll see it, but like we're just like wrapping it up. You know,
4-hour drive, lovely drive.
was it 4?
Yeah, I think 4, dog. 4.
4-hour drive,
Yeah.
beautiful drive, bro. So relaxing. The breeze, you open the windows, just like hitting you in the face. The scenery, the trees, like the mountains, you
Son
know,
of
the curves,
the curves, the hills.
the hills.
There was one point I thought we're in Jamaica.
Ne?
Honestly,
Yeah.
you see, like, it's fresh. Like the driver's dope. You know, pianos got us home or got us here, dog. Because without piano, mfana,
Dog, you're right. Dog, we played piano one way.
and we didn't like get tired of it.
Dog, we didn't play one hip hop song. Not even Sete.
No,
And-
we didn't play a hip hop song at all.
Not even one, dog.
This is what I was telling you, that piano,
Nah.
the culture right now. So yeah, last night we were at, what is it, Coyotes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piano DJs. Shut the night down, 1 a.m. And then a hip hop Bruce wants to come on and like kill the
Nah,
vibe, you know what I mean?
That was an R&B bro, dog. Come on.
R&B guys. Like,
For me, it worked for me, boy.
It,
but you know what I realized, Junior? I feel like Coyotes is too ratchet for you guys, dog.
I know
You know
you're
what I mean?
upper class.
is that how you feel?
Yeah.
You know, they're enjoying sitting and looking at each other and like
Yeah.
no one in that space.
Yeah.
Fana, when we went to Ratchet shit, Fana, those guys are like, 10 minutes out going, guys. We've seen enough, dog. That's what we know.
Nah, I think they were just launching us, yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they saw that we don't want to sleep. We're trying to, make chats.
Ne.
So they're like, you know what? We know the perfect place for these bros.
Ne? Because for me, I won't lie to you. Like, okay, the first spot which we're chilling at reminds me of like, those. For anyone which hasn't been to like the Mecca, it's like, for me, it's like a Uncle Fauzi's. You
Uncle
chill,
Fauzi's,
yeah, you chill there before, you smoke herb, you eat food, the chicken, boy, the chicken.
Dog.
So when we left there, went to the next place. I forgot the name of the next place.
Urban House.
Urban House, you know,
Urban
chill
House,
vibes, you know, La Parada vibes. There's a site there which is only dollies, you know. Looking to trap niggas, but and then there's our side where we're chilling, which was dope. It was dope, you know, kicking it. And then afterwards, they're like, this boys don't want to sleep. But I don't lie to you, I gotta commend Rhea. Rhea was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to that spot, that hotel room, alone, just chilling. I know, we have to go somewhere.
Honestly, we had given up, dog.
I did.
No, like all of us.
You two had given up.
No, dog.
I know, I actually wanted it to happen.
Remember when we were standing up to vie?
Yeah.
What was the chat? We're going home.
Yeah.
Until we heard the bro saying, we're saying Coyote's way.
But this guy couldn't believe it. He told them sharp, dap them up sharp. I'll see you. And we're going to Coyotes. When you go outside again, it's like, tomorrow, guys. Like, how? Aren't you going to Coyotes? Fana piano form. That's true. You see that corner?
Yeah.
You can hear piano, boy.
Yeah.
And you can hear, this is that piano that, varsity kids are going
But
crazy.
I had to get myself some play last night, you know what I mean? We got back to the hotel, and then I'm like, I picked up the phone, called some girl that I met there, and she was like, yeah, come through, you know, at the res. You know reses, boy. Res, you're always gonna find what you're looking for.
At res, you can, what did you say, res up a girl?
At res, you can raise up a hand, you know what I mean? So I go to this res, this side, it's a standalone house, you know what I mean? I go to this res at like 3 a.m., dog, you know? So we get there.
Don't forget, you went with the Biliato that we spent 4 hours looking for.
Dog.
Oh, yeah. I told them I have a bottle. So I'm like, I have a bottle.
You needed to say to them, dog.
Let me come through there, guys. Let's catch a vibe. They're like, okay, we'll chill in your car, you know? I'm like, perfect. We'll chill in the car. Go there, she brings out her friend. So now it's two of them. I'm like, there's no way I can separate them. They're coming together. So my only motive right now is to get in between the two of them.
Like a balloon, like
you
a
know what I
cheese.
mean? So I'm like, okay, come to the back seat. Other one on this side, other one on this side.
Yeah.
Let's have a couple of shots and let's have fun. You know what I mean? So we started getting, you know.
So your bro put you on, dog.
Which bro?
Cas, dog.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
put you on.
dog. They were loving the
Those girls were
biliato.
willing to do anything for that biliato, dog.
They were loving it. They were like, it tastes like amarula, you know. It tastes.
What do they know?
Yeah,
What do they know?
but these are like easy girls, though. That's the problem with MP girls. They too easy,
Now
dog.
it's a problem now.
They
You love it, dog. This guy, like, he was telling us, oh, dog, I'm not leaving. It's
Let me tell you-
amazing.
No, but do you know what the thing is, though?
What?
Like, there's no way I can take you serious if I get it too easy, bro.
That's not a lie, though.
If I get it too, I'm gonna dip by next week if you give it up
Next
too
week?
easy. Not even next week.
next
like
day, bro.
in 24 hours.
Let me ask you, do you take the Josie girls serious? The ones who make you...
Yo, me, I have a couple of wives staying Josie, you know. That's why I wanna stay away from there. That's why I'm not trying to go back. I have like 3 or 4 main ones that I know are always there for me. I can pick up the phone and call them whenever, you know what I mean? So MP is just for like quick, fast ones, boy.
Hey, Pana, me on my end, dog. Me, they shell at me, bro.
Hey.
So the piano's going on.
They were done with you in 2 seconds.
Why are you saying like I didn't have an option, bro? I didn't have a choice.
It didn't look like it, though.
So we're just...
Dog, Rhea.
Yeah?
That hand, dog, what do you mean you didn't? So you didn't have an option, dog.
Dog.
She covered your hand and yes. It was late
Okay,
for
let
you.
me explain what happened. Piano was happening, ne?
Yeah.
And then they shied some... What's this lady's name? LMI or LMA?
Yeah.
I'm fine. That one just started feeling like a freak. She grabs my hand. She starts stripping. And I'm like, okay, let me entertain her, ne? Because my hand is already there. You know what she shies me with? She pulls me closer. And now she's going in. Then I tell her, are you? You're not you. I'm going to end up giving you twins. Like this.
Yeah.
I'm fine. She takes, after like 5 minutes of saying that, she laughs, takes out her phone.
Eh.
And she...
So
like,
she didn't say anything after that?
Nothing. I put my number in. She texts me. And then she starts asking me where I'm at. Like, you know, WhatsApp and all that kind of stuff and all those things. Sharp. I mean, as Rhea said, dog, if comes easy, you don't take it serious.
Easy
like
come,
that.
easy go.
So now, Fana, like I forgot that I was ready to say, we're going sharp. Fana, you know how many, where are you? Where are you around the corner? Which lodge are you at?
Yeah, dog, everything this guy was saying, ne? The answer was, where are you?
Where are you? I wanna come see you now.
Donna, I don't know ne, how you managed to
What?
not like send location, ne?
Yeah.
But dog, every message, dog. I'm talking every message, dog. Every message that Ntana sends, he's deflecting, Young Tolly is balagging. Oh,
Where
Ntana,
are you?
You gotta respect Steph's discipline though.
Nah,
This guy's disciplined to not like fold, or to not be allowed to be derailed off his path, dog. This guy said, no alcohol, no shots, no weed, no nothing, and he stuck with it. There were the times when we pressurized them like,
did you actually ever think it was gonna change?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna do it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he might fall like, cool, let me just take one shot,
Nah.
just for the chance.
Dog, you see, if he took that shot, that means he actually secretly wanted to. Young Tol, just
That means I've been hulling to do it.
You've been looking at us like,
And I knew, dog, if I did it, you're gonna be like, Steph, you already did it once, why are you stopping now?
Dog.
That was gonna be the chat. I am fine.
Is it a bad thing that like when you're out of town, your standard can drop a bit, dog?
Dog,
Dog, me, I don't know, dog, because dog, this is like one of my second time, dog. Last time I went to Vanda.
Yeah.
And
like you don't have to keep the standard up that high, right? If you're not in the city where people know you.
We must ask the piano pros because they always on the road, dog. You know what I'm saying? But like you were saying, Guti, when you say roadkill. That doesn't sound like something heavy.
Roadkill is roadkill. You killing on the road.
Something you shove under the, you don't want to show.
You're not trying to take Instagram
you kill
pictures.
It on the road, you leave it there in the middle of the road. You're not trying to.
That's my whole point. So you guys can't judge me and say, Mfana, she's a 6.
But the problem is, we get it groove. All of us as a squad. Rea goes and fetches a 2 in front of us. Like he leaves us to fetch a 2. I'm fine.
And we just walked in, dog.
Let us sit all down and go and look for that 2 and you go in the corner. You can't just, like when we're all walking in and you just go straight and fetch a 2. I thought you're putting our JSC stocks down there. The algorithm is not working our end, bruh.
Oh, yeah. Can't the pros put us on to...
Yeah, no. He's going to tell us the algorithm.
Yeah, he's going to...
But and we should introduce the guys that are taking care of us here in MP,
Yeah.
The family. Should we start with Q?
Yeah.
Let's start with Q. Let's actually set him up properly. Yeah,
because you guys know this person, by the way.
I'm fine.
A lot of y'all are familiar with his face. So first of all, Q, welcome to the podcast, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
I just want to say thank you guys for being so hospitable and accommodating us while we're here. You guys have done a really good job so far. So let's just start with the young intro because people might know you from the whole Woolworths thing that you guys did.
The water.
Throwback.
Yeah, but you can sort of just like introduce yourself, give them a young...
Yeah, what's up, people? My name is Q, aka Sinkila on all social media platforms. It's BB, Sinkila. And man, I'm from Nelspruit. Basically grew up in the Eastern Cape and then I moved this side. I do work. I do own the restaurant that they were talking about, the Mecca. That's the Mecca NST on all social media platforms also. And man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
No lie.
When are you joining the Springboks, eh?
I was saying that, no lie, that whole intro that he shied, he should have shied it with the,
Yeah,
give him a sip of water.
What the?
I would like to...
What the hell? What's up, X? Yeah, my name is Q. Yeah, how's it?
Yeah.
Like a bro.
No, but I'm glad to have you guys here. No, we had to show the boys love, you know that?
Yeah.
Because I know how it is to like go out of province and then now you don't know anyone else there. I don't know about the pulling 5s though. We'll talk about that one. That one is a bit tricky, that one. But we'll talk about it later.
Can't do that.
But you need people just to feel to make you feel comfortable, Vel.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're out of your comfort zone.
So can you touch on the virality that you had on social media, on Twitter?
Basically, dog, that was very crazy. I won't say a life-changing moment because Vele, my life was already going in a certain direction. But it was a moment that actually maybe like boosted get from that whole gig. Actually helped with me starting my businesses. You understand? So now it did change a lot for me personally. I don't know about the other guys though. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on what.
Are
they're
you guys
doing.
not best friends? Like,
No. Not that we're not best friends. It's just that we don't talk as much as people think we would. You
But
understand?
obviously, you were the main guy in that video. You were the one that
I don't know
said.
about the main guy, but
But weren't you the one that said like, you know,
let's do this thing. Yeah.
No, I'm saying in the video, like holding up the phone,
I was
like the
speaking
water,
most,
you
yeah.
know.
I was definitely speaking.
So
the
they
most.
were just like hanging out around you and stuff.
basically, yeah.
I'm sure you felt like the main steering dog.
Everybody treated me as if I was the main guy. They were like, "Oh, aren't you?" Because they recognize me the most. You understand? So whenever I'm in public, people are always like, "Oh shit, you're the guy."
Sure.
Yeah. So that's how it felt. But then when all four of us are together, they're like, "Hi man,
that's the
I
squad.
know these brothers." Do you understand? Yeah.
So those were your original homies, like your.
I'm going to, as I told you guys yesterday, the story. I met the other guy at the res that we stayed at.
Oh.
Then the other guys I came with to Joburg. Yeah.
When was that, bro?
2019. This was in 2019.
That was 2019.
Yeah. So the
Before
one guy I
COVID.
was in high school with basically grew up together.
Yeah.
Then the other guy was in the rival high school. And then then the other guy we met there.
But people don't know how like that actually like changed your life. Ne?
They
Not-
don't understand. If I could talk figures, I would actually tell them now and say, listen,
And I don't have to. If you can give them like the exact figures, you know
I
what I
can't
mean?
give them I can't, but like it was a life changing, like I said. Not life changing, but like life boosting.
Would you say that people must look into incorporating brands in their content,
Definitely.
in case it works out, and then the
Definitely.
brands might reach out to you?
Yeah,
Ne?
definitely reach out to brands. Definitely tag them. Whenever you're making a shoot, like let's say now you're going out. Let's say you and your friends are like certain characters and you like making videos or stupid videos or saying funny stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a brand in the picture. I don't know if you saw even yesterday in the podcast when I was shooting for the vlog,
Yeah.
I turned my Corona the other way because I wasn't even talking about Corona.
Sure.
You don't pay me to do that stuff. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So like everything that you're doing, wherever you are in the environment, if you can see that there's a brand somewhere and you're doing something funny, the video might go viral. Just tag the brand, dude, high, low key, or whatever the case may be.
See, when that Bonang thing happened, there was a Pick and Pay thing on the wall. Should we talk to Pick and Pay?
Should I pick and pay and say, listen, pay for my lawsuit, please? Ask them for something.
Something.
No, but you know that's very important. I feel like that unlocked something in my brain right
Yeah.
now. Just like putting brands out there, incorporating brands in whatever that you're doing,
Yeah,
and then you never know how it might,
You
how it
literally
might
never
work
know
out.
how it
You know
might
what I
work
mean?
out, dog. Yeah.
Maybe you can give us like a background on like, especially from somebody which was thrown in the deep end. Like, okay, what happens? Like, okay, Sharp, I don't know if you want to get into detail with your story, but like, okay, so this brand hits you up, they give you this, they do this. This is what you can look forward to.
Okay, yeah, you can look
This is
forward
the
to.
best
Yeah.
deal. This is like,
I think it differs also with the brands. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because some brands they don't deal with cash flow packages. They give you like clothes. You see like how Madaiza does it.
Yeah.
When Madaiza endorses you, they give you like clothes, and obviously you're gonna post content for them. They don't really give you like cash.
Sure.
You understand? So I think it differs with the brand. But like the brand that I worked with, I'm not gonna mention it because everybody knows. They basically flew us out to Cape Town. They give you gift vouchers and the cash, bursaries, dog. It was a whole lot. But obviously it's the biggest brand in SA. For me personally, I think it's the biggest brand in SA.
You think so?
Dog, the bag that they can give you, those people have money. Fella, that thing is international. There's even in Australia, I almost said the name.
Oh yeah,
It's even there
I've
in
heard
Australia.
of that. Yeah.
It's literally, it's international.
yeah.
I mean, we can crack them, bro. Why don't you
We
wanna
don't
crack
have
them? Like we don't mind, you know
But
what I
now
mean?
Woolies is international, bro. They can fly out to Cape Town. They give you clothes.
Yeah.
They take care of you,
it's
basically.
like no one knows what they did, bro. Like just like get into a little bit like, because we
Basically, like I
just
just
saw your
said,
life
yeah.
changing. We didn't see what was going on in the
So yeah,
background.
basically, what happened was, so they reached out. So the video happened, and then I think about a week after, the marketing team reached out, and then they organized like a sort of like a meet and greet with the corporate side. So we thought that's all it was gonna be. And then when we got there, they booked us into like a nice hotel. Then they gave us like a liaison, but the liaison guy was one of the senior managers, so we didn't know it was a senior guy. We just thought it was one of those brewers where they just say, yeah, go to these kids and do this. Yeah, well. When we got there, it was like how? She was like the something of marketing there, like one of the big guys. They were like, oh, that's crazy. So get to Cape Town, book us in a nice hotel. Okay, we see Cape Town a bit, then we go meet and greet. After the meet and greet, they tell us, when we get there, they tell us, no, you guys are going to come back tomorrow and you're going to meet the HR, basically. Or HR and marketing, where you guys can discuss like a way forward, what's going to happen after this. So they were very open-minded actually about basically us giving them ideas and what we'd like to do going forward, you understand? And then the next day came and then we went there and they said that no, they're going to organize some sort of contract. So we spoke, basically, we brainstormed about, okay, what's going to happen, what we're going to do, how we're feeling about the whole thing. And then like, okay, sharp. Then they drew up a contract. And then about a week after that, then they called us and they said, okay, here's the contract. You guys are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for us. You're going to go to activations whenever there's like a water. And like that month was like National Water Month, I think.
Can you imagine the coincidence, bro?
International water. That's
everything happening
crazy,
at the same time,
that's
you know?
Very, very crazy how it happened in that month also.
Yeah.
So that month was like National Water Day. So they had an activation in Midrand at Mall of Africa. And Mall of Africa was still new at that time. So everything was just, so it was packed.
Aligned. Ne?
Everything was just aligned. So it was packed that day. We got a lot of exposure. But in terms of what they can do for you, then they organized like a contract for us where it stated that, okay, obviously you can't do what you did for us for another brand.
For how long?
For certain, I think it was about a year.
A year? That's not bad. Come on.
It was about a year, Vele.
Especially that year, you are just tasting nice life.
That year, Vele, was just having the man, Vele.
But I don't think they got the fact that it happened organically. It's not like you guys planned it, you know?
No, not even.
If you're going to do it with other brands, then you would have to plan it, sit down, you know, like curate the content,
It'll be a campaign,
strategize.
Vele,
It'll be a campaign.
They'll give us they'll send us an email and say, okay, we want you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You know? I like brands that give you the freedom of like doing whatever you want. Be creative.
Sure.
Like Madaiza, like he's not gonna pressure you and say, yeah, dude, I need content tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need this, and you understand? It's like, no.
Yeah, he gives you the freedom.
Here's the stuff. Here's the merchandise. You carry on doing what you're doing. Just put in a Madaiza cap when you're wearing it. You know? Or tag us when you post whatever it is that you're posting.
Tell me this though, like, you kind of went through it, but like, you kind of didn't give like, what did your video accomplish before they hit you up? Because for a lot of people, it sounds like you're selling them dreams. They drop a video, it has 1,000 views. They think Woolies will come now.
You drop a video, it was millions. It was national, dog. We were literally...
We all knew the news.
We were the biggest...
You guys won the news.
We were the biggest 4 niggas in the country at that moment in time. We were bigger than Casper.
Of course. Sure. And so, which mall was that though?
It was Eastgate. When we shot the video, it was Eastgate.
Yeah.
So and every time we'd walk into a Woolies, I think for about 6 months after that, every time we'd walk into a Woolies, dog, and the staff would be like, it's these brewers. Because I think inside their staff, what they sent out like a bulletin and they were updating them. They were like, okay, these 4 guys are going to come there. Because every time we'd go around the country, they'd give us like vouchers, dog.
Yeah.
Like here's 5K each for clothes. In a voucher, or for groceries or whatever. When we got back to Rez, we were the shit because we'd always come back with Woolies bags.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And you know, groceries from Woolies, it's another flex.
It's a different one, that thing.
Potato chips, 1,000 rand.
I didn't spend a cent on any of those things. And I'm walking in the bitches.
But boy,
people don't know that, like, for you to bring out that accent after you drink the water, right? You're already doing that accent with your friends.
Yeah.
Just like chilling.
It's something you guys are doing, Vele, just like chilling.
So would you say that you have to tap into like your white side to connect well with friends?
I guess I played rugby for some time.
Yeah, you played rugby, so you already knew the culture.
I knew the culture. I was exposed to like a lot of Afrikaans and English-speaking broers before time. Yeah, I also went to Afrikaans primary school. So Afrikaans, a lot of school, Bergland.
Yeah.
But you even here, go to that one.
You're giving me typical Xhosa vibes, you know?
I just don't have the sandals to prove it now.
Everything. There's that rugbyness of you, and then there's the sports. Like, I think...
Fully.
No, like your brains as Xhosa people accept Afrikaans fast, eh?
I think so. I think Xhosa people... Have you noticed how Xhosa people in English... Actually, there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Xhosa people love incorporating English into when they speak. Like vernac. They love it a lot.
Yeah, no, you guys just like adopted way too quick.
Yeah.
Even it's like, you just want to let it go.
What is like your plan for like the future, bro? What is your way forward? You know what I mean? Obviously, you're still young right now.
Yeah.
You're only like what, 22 years old,
21.
right? 21. You're only 21, dog.
21.
You've seen life, dog. You've seen life.
Like, you're big as fuck. Like, you're taller than all of us. But
like, what's your future looking like?
I'm basically going to carry on running my businesses, bro. The restaurant, the construction company.
You focus on being a businessman. That's it.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I'm doing the things, the TikTok and the social media for fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where I'm bored. Maybe I'm thinking of, because I have crazy thoughts sometimes. So maybe I'm bored. I'm driving to like a meeting, or I'm driving to Middleburg, or I'm driving far. for something.
Yeah.
Then I just whip out my camera and then I start talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know, I first started posting it on like my WhatsApps for my people.
Yeah.
And then people were like, dude, you must post this stuff on like TikTok and stuff. You'd get traction, you understand?
Yeah.
And then I posted the one video and then I think in about 2 days it had like 400K views. Do you understand? And then I posted more and I posted more. I don't think I have a video that's below 30K views.
Yeah, well, no,
You
man.
understand? I posted a video yesterday actually and it's sitting on 40K, I think, views right now.
Yeah.
You understand? And I was talking a bunch of
So
nonsense.
you wouldn't get serious on the content side of things?
Serious how? If it's not time consuming, you know. So I think the time that I have now to shoot the content is the time I would use if I actually got a serious bag. Yeah, I wouldn't change much about my schedule just for the content. And also, the bag would have to be so big if I was to leave what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And I'm making decent money.
So you don't have the time to do it. Like if there's no bag there.
If there's no bag, I'm definitely not dropping.
Because I think since you're already brand friendly, if you were to just like lay the foundation and build for let's say a year, you know what I mean?
Even then,
cultivate an audience.
I wouldn't even know how to start. You understand?
Yeah.
I think with me it comes so organically, so I don't even know how to like. I don't know the admin side of things. I don't know if I should post. I don't know which times I should post. You know, because I know that you post at this time, and you do this, and you tag this person, and I don't know. You know.
But so far it's working out for you on TikTok.
So far it's working out. So yeah. I think brands are starting to like the more organic type of brands.
Yeah.
The organic type of content, like Primo's
Yeah,
content.
Primo 19 is he's killing it, bro.
Pure organic. You know, there's no plan, there's no what. But then again, they have to go back to the whole, to the generic campaign influencer. Give them a campaign, give them a schedule. Boom, boom, boom. That works for them. You know, certain brands like certain things.
Have you thought about like getting into the marketing side of things though? Since you already understand the connection between brand and social media.
Marketing in terms of what? In terms
like
of me
what?
managing someone and saying, okay,
Like,
let me
or
market
like
your-
managing a brand.
Or like managing a brand, anything.
No, I haven't thought of that.
You
I
look
won't
into
even lie.
agencies. You tapped into the culture. Plus at the same time, you still
The business mind, yeah.
get what I mean. And also, you're still young, dog. You have a lot of time on your hands. You can grow it into being anything.
No, I haven't thought about it. I'll think about it. I'm actually starting to focus on growing my own brand and see how that goes in terms of the maker and my business brand. But business doesn't have to grow that one. I just get
It's
a
just
contract
work,
and
innit?
expand. Yeah, but the maker, I wanted to do a lot of things with that. Do you understand? Yeah.
Now tell me though, like, I'm sure like with that money, bro, there's a lot of crazy things that has happened, bro. Like you've done some crazy stuff, like, you know, blew it, like type of friends that were around you.
Oh no, that most definitely changed. I did have a couple of friends that I grew up with in high school. And then obviously after some time, things started changing, you know. You know when people say that you changed, when you actually didn't change.
They're the
You
ones that
understand?
changed.
They're the ones that changed because of the place that you are in now.
Yeah.
You know, like you and me are friends, and then you get R1 million right now. Obviously, you're not gonna act the same. You and me are still gonna be friends, but you're not gonna behave the same.
Sure.
You know, you're not gonna drink the same cool drink that you used to drink.
Yeah.
You're not gonna eat the same food that you used to eat. It's inevitable.
Sure.
Money will change me, and it's still going to change me, Vele. Do you understand? That's how it is, and people need to understand. But it's not gonna change our friendship. It's obviously gonna change the things that we do. Do you understand? So now I had a friend of mine where he used to drink like beer. Do you understand? And I mean, even in high school, I was never like a big beer person. You know, I used to drink bottles, Vele. And then as time went by, I grew into like more cognac type of guy, what. So now every time I'd go out and I could afford it, I'd buy like a bottle of something, you know? And then he'd look at me funny. He'd be like, or I'd bring him to like to the boys where we're drinking like bottles, Vele.
Yeah.
And then he'd feel funny because he's like, yeah, your boys are looking at me funny because you guys are drinking this and I'm drinking this. Do you understand? I'm like, no, but that's not me. That's you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We don't mind if you're drinking whatever it is that you're drinking.
Sure.
You understand? You were the one that changed on me. And then he's like, no, you guys think you have money now that you guys change so and so. Do you understand? So I think it comes with the territory, Vel.
Really?
Yeah.
As you grow, you outgrow some people and then you meet new people, Vel.
How much money have you blown? Like, let's talk about like roughly in a
Since
month
when?
or a night, the craziest amount you've blown.
In a night. In a night.
Yeah, in a
Junior,
night.
How much have you blown in a night? Yo, my boy. I don't know. Hey, I won't even lie to you.
You're not sure, ne?
Like, you know, you can give us an estimation of which.
Oh, not much. Actually, because when we go out as the boys, it's never like,
Hectic.
it's never.
I'm saying the time when you are still fairly young and you're getting too much money from everything.
I didn't even know what was going on. So in a day, I think when I got the Woolies bag, I think within 2 days, I dropped a young 30, I think.
30? Doing what?
Yeah.
Just going out?
No, I went to... So the first thing I did when the money clocked, the first one.
Yeah.
So because they sent it in installments. Luckily for us, they sent it because it was
gonna be
too much, yeah.
So they sent it in installments. And then first thing me and my boy did, we went to Sentin City.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to LV.
Yo.
Straight, but we didn't buy, we bought a thingy. I bought a card holder. And then we went to the iStore. But at that time, iPhone X was hot.
Yeah.
We bought iPhone X's cash. And then, what did we do after that? Oh, and then we went to Tasha's. You understand?
You had to flex your LV card holder and your iPhone at
And they
Tasha's.
wanted the big bag. So he got a card holder, I got a card holder, but then we asked them for that big bag so we can hold it like this, so they can see, yeah, these boys are not playing around. Got the big bag. We put it there on the table at Tasha's.
Yo.
And then I'd never tasted champagne that day. So I'm like, dude, let's order champagne.
Yo.
We weren't even hungry, my boy.
Yo.
We ate ribs. I had like 2 bites, packaged it, had a bottle of champagne. And then later that night, so I didn't know many people in Joburg. So I hit up a few exes from when I was in Nelspruit. I said, no, let's go to the club. Do you understand? You know, and then I don't think they didn't trust us to say, what are these niggas about? But they were like, you know what? No, let's fight. It's fine. They came there in their heels. We went to Cocoon.
You were
This was before I became a promoter. Got to Cocoon. Dog, I didn't even drink gin. I didn't even know what Hennessy was back then. So we literally ordered there was 2 bottles of Tanqueray 10. There was a bunch of champagne. What else was there? Yeah, a bunch of champagne, Tanqueray. I think there was Ciroc also. I think that night we blew about 20 in the club. Yeah, 20 in the club. 10K, 10, 12K shopping and shit like that.
Can you talk about how the Joburg nightlife almost swallowed you though?
Oh boy, that was a hectic.
Like, don't
time.
you wish you got that money when you were out of Joburg? Don't you think you'd
I
be
wish
more
I got
relaxed?
that money now.
When you'd be more chilled, ne?
I
No,
feel like
actually,
you'd
I'm
still
lying.
go
No,
back,
I'd
bro.
still go back.
You'd still be in
still go
Joburg.
back.
No, but I'd be more disciplined.
Even more
With
discipline.
the fact, yeah, I'd be more disciplined.
Nah,
like
but-
now, the money is there, but it's just like it's more controlled.
So the plan to get into the nightlife, like to become a promoter, was that already in your plans, or did you just stumble upon it?
I literally stumbled upon. So I have a broer, a family member of mine that works in the club. So Festive, I don't know if you know him, Kaya. He's always wearing like a hat.
I see him.
The photographer.
No,
Nah, it's not
that's
a-
Kaya Pengo. I'm talking about Kaya So Festive. He's like a club promoter.
I see that guy. I see him on Twitter and IG and stuff.
Yeah. So he was like, so he reached out. Yeah, but he was like, dude, so what are you doing on the side to make like extra money if this Woolies thing doesn't work out? You understand? And I'm like, actually, I'm not even doing much. He's like, no, pull through for an interview. Come with your Instagram page and your Twitter page, and we can see what we can hook up. I was like, oh, okay, clean. Then I got there. As soon as I walked in, the bro that was interviewing me, he recognized me. Shama. Shama is Shama. I don't know if you know him.
Shama is Shama.
Yeah. And then he was like, oh, aren't you that boy, Amos? I'm like, yeah, that's me. He was like, oh, okay, clean. Then they did the interview. And then the next week, I went for a trial. So there you need to bring you have a guest list. And you need to bring like a minimum of a certain number of people each week.
What
Girls
like,
mainly, ne?
Let's talk about like what's your
Mainly
criteria of like your guest list? Like ballers, girls, what?
I mean, at that time, obviously, they didn't expect me to bring like ballers because number one, they knew I was new in Joburg.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm fresh in the club industry, so nobody knows who I am. So no big baller is gonna be like, okay, this boy told me to come to the club, so I'm gonna go. Do you understand? I didn't have that influence yet, so I don't think they expected much. There were niggas for that. That was their jobs, really, the senior promoters.
Sure.
So it was basically me. I just basically deal with the filler, fill up the stage, bring girls, bring machita, And if you could bring a table, that would be clean. That was the job. Fella. Bring a table, yes, but we're not expecting that from you as of yet.
Was it easy for you to get a group of girls to come through? Was it like a difficult job for you?
At the beginning, it was easy at the beginning, because obviously the dollies know who I am.
Yeah, the fame.
I send a DM and it's like, oh,
The inside.
I said, come to the club. Oh, I'm walking in the mall.
I was about to say you're already making them wet because of the water.
Like
jet.
the
In
water.
the mall, I see a dolly. I say, yeah, you must pull through to the club later. She's like, okay, clean. I know you fine.
Just randomly like going
Randomly
with a
walking in the
random
mall.
girl
dog.
in jail.
It's wild.
Nah.
I'll be randomly walking in the mall, and then a dolly comes, or you'll see a dolly look at you, and she's clean.
Yeah.
So you can see that she's scared to talk. You'll be like, hey, hello.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I actually wanted to say, aren't you the guy? No. I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, oh, actually, what are you doing later? It's a escape number. Already, that's guest list, and she has friends. That's already 5 people. I really the first month I was hard with the guest list fed. And then as time started going by, people started getting used to me very in the club industry. And you think it becomes easier when people get used to you, but now the pool for people you can invite is getting so much smaller. Because the people that your other guy, the other promoters are inviting, you also know them. They're also becoming your friends. Sure. Now you guys are like competing for this person's on my guest list, this person's on your guest list. Do you understand? But no, I managed to pull through.
So how did you get out of that though? Are you still promoting right now?
No. I stopped.
What was the reason?
There was no main reason actually. I won't even lie. I just stopped. It was a thing that wasn't for me anymore.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Even back at home, they were like, hey, but dude, also, what else are you going to be doing? Do you understand? Besides the promoting thing. It was bringing in rack, yeah. But my mother wasn't a big fan of the whole drinking every weekend thing.
Yeah, but tell me though, you can't have money, club lifestyle, promoting, and not like have hectic hand situations. Like,
my boy, those ones. Those ones. I've been threatened someone threatened they're gonna kill me.
They're gonna kill you?
Literally, dog. She was gonna run over me with a car.
What did you do, bruh?
I didn't do anything. I'm a nice guy.
Really?
I'm a nice guy.
Isn't it crazy how they can just get away with shit like that, dog?
Dog, how do you threaten a bro that you're gonna kill him and you don't
like they can threaten your life and like nothing can happen to them, you just have to be like, okay, yahlanya lo.
Chief, I once was in an entanglement with this other vendor, honey. She's from Joburg. She blocked me on all social media platforms. If you see this, I'm gonna tag her. She blocked me on all social media platforms. And then, so not that I introduced her to the club life, but like I met this girl. She had never been to the club before. Do you understand? She had never experienced life like that. Do you understand? I'm not saying I put her on. No, maybe she was on. I don't know. But to my knowledge, she was a girl from Venda. Do you understand?
Makaya vibes.
But she was a Makaya hand, and it was her first year there.
Yeah.
So now I met this girl and she's clean. So now I started taking her everywhere. I took her to my gigs. I introduced her to the people. Chigi. Usuyang chigela manchukel. Do you understand what I'm saying?
She's arrived now.
Dog, she's there. Now she started working. So when I stopped working at the club, she started working there. So then I moved to Pretoria. All of a sudden, this girl is always in Pretoria.
I know, no.
We get to the club, so she do something fucked up like we get to the club, ne? And then let's say we're not on speaking terms. She was like a bite, basically. We're not on speaking terms. And then I'll see her speaking to a bro. She gives the bro the number. Okay, sharp, fine. When I see that, I'm like, okay, fine, acknowledge. Then I move, I go speak to someone else. As I'm speaking to someone else, she comes and she starts shouting at the girls like, yeah, what are you doing? This is my man. What. I'm like, dog, but I was just talking to that nigga now. Now, when I'm doing the same thing, now it's a problem.
The vendor combat.
Dog, there was a time where she started throwing nakes in the club.
Ivan.
Once at a house in Pretoria, apartment in Pretoria, and then she threw me with the habli. So there was like an altercation where I'm in the bed, and then some other hand hit me up. Yeah, well. So now we weren't dating. So obviously I answered the call. I'm talking to the hand, yo, how was your day? What? Hey, she's like, this bro is crazy. So I stand up to go to the bathroom and then she leaves the room. When I get back, I switch on the light. As I get back, dog, she just opens that door. I'm literally standing over the bed. She opens the door. When I look back, she's holding the habli vase in her hand. Luckily, she's small and fragile, so she can't throw. So that thing literally just went.
Damn, bro.
Vendor hands.
It's not even vendor hands because I feel like all girls,
they have
some
that
crazy
vibes.
side that's just like so dangerous.
Yeah. They have that edge to them.
That anything can happen. That like...
No, they have that edge. All hands have that crazy in them. I feel like they do.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm
convinced. Do you think that makes us more attracted to them?
Definitely.
Though?
Like you might
we
just
know that
die.
this one is crazy.
Definitely. Because the makeup sex is the one that bangs the most. I had a...
That's the one that's shy.
The crazy hands, they'll cause a fight just so you can shy palms after.
Yeah.
And those palms are crazy.
Yeah.
It's the crazy.
They're life changing.
But that's not me anymore. I'm very wholesome now.
Yeah, you good
Yeah,
now.
obviously. No. Disclaimer.
No, so the like, tell me though, like within that scene, like you new to all of these things, like
the algorithm also helped me a lot.
Like your social media.
Yeah, the algorithm.
Oh.
So let me tell you guys about the algorithm.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
So the algorithm is you find a dolly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many followers, because they're gonna see it either way. Get a dolly on Instagram, you see her page. you first like one picture, and then you follow. So it's either you're gonna like 3 pictures and you don't follow, or you like one picture and you follow, then you keep quiet.
Yeah.
I tested this yesterday. They can attest to it.
Yeah, I know it worked.
I didn't know the Han. I found her on Instagram. Oh, Junior actually showed me the Han.
No, it wasn't Junior.
It wasn't Junior.
It was me.
You showed me the Han. You showed me the Han. And then I looked and said, okay, let me show you something. Like, follow. I waited. 30 minutes was a long time. The Han likes one of my pictures and she followed me back. I was like, this
You're within now.
Yeah, within.
And then after that,
You just DM.
slide into a young story.
Boom. Today, Inja, we're going to go check it out.
I'm fun. Wrap it up today.
Today, Inja, we're going to go wrap it up.
Dog, we're gonna vlog that wrap up. If he wraps it up properly, Fana, just follow those tips. Move
Follow
on. But the other thing is you can't do that if you don't have following.
I have like 1K followers max, though.
On IG.
On IG, you lie.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, then
I have one post and one.
Why don't you post your TikToks as reels on your IG?
I don't know.
That's gonna make your shit go
no,
up.
I know what it is. There's always there's always that factor that you wanna be like, I wanna be taken serious.
No, obviously, yeah, no, definitely.
Because you say businessman a lot.
Yeah.
You see, so
On my profile is basically entrepreneur, and that's it. Do you understand? Yeah.
But
I
then
think with me also, I must decide actually what image I'm trying to show people. Do you understand?
Sure.
Because this side I have the social media, and people are starting to like take
Engage.
note of it. But then also at the same time, they see, okay, this brother is an entrepreneur. So now dollies don't even know if they're gonna take me seriously or not. I don't know how many times where dollies have seen me and they've been like, okay, I saw your Instagram, but then I also saw you on TikTok. So like now,
what's the vibe?
what's the vibe?
Yeah.
What's your level? But at the same time, I'm like, dude, I'm unique. Both are my vibe.
Sure.
If you're on a serious bro, I'm a serious bro. If you want to laugh, I can make you laugh also.
So it's almost like the scene here, because we kind of like wrapped it up that Mpumalanga girls can be easy, especially to Joburg bros.
Hey,
What is the vibe?
that's a tricky one also. I wouldn't say they're easy.
They can be.
I wouldn't say they're easy, but they're not as difficult. No, but I think hands in general, dog. I think it's the same. I think it
I
just
know,
depends.
Joburg ones.
I think it depends on who you are.
Joburg.
Joburg ones love the coins. Joburg hands, the coins, they speak a lot. Here you can get bums with a young Big Mac and a young, drive your car. You get a young Big Mac, you'll be clean. Savivi, 6-pack Savivi, Big Mac, you deliver it to the res. Oh, you clean.
You're nice.
You're nice.
Fun.
Joburg, you do that, they're going to say,
That's a starter pack.
Starter pack.
That's a starter, like,
Mpumalanga girls,
that's the main course.
500 Rand e-wallet, Big Mac,
You're inside.
inside.
I know.
Not all of them though, not all of you guys, I'm sure. This is just like based on experience.
Nah, but
Yeah.
I believe it's better that way. You must understand that. That means they don't value that.
The money.
Not the money. They don't look at the action they're doing for you.
No,
It's
because
worth money.
because
They
they
think
can't.
they like you.
No, it's because they don't know it. They don't know life.
Is it for real?
There are no clubs
feel like-
in Nelspruit, dog.
So I feel like Joburg, the problem is the overvalue stuff which are meant to be organic and mutual.
Yeah.
Like sleeping with each other, dates and all that. A girl only see you just to eat in Joburg. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to see you.
She just wants your
She just
food.
wants to. Girls in Joburg are hungry, ne?
Yeah.
Are they hungry?
Are they
bro?
hungry? Though? Joburg hands eat.
Yeah.
Are they
They'll
eat?
go on the date just
to
for the
eat.
food without even like fucking with you.
Haven't you,
Don't even
have
like
you noticed how girls in Joburg, when they go out to a restaurant, they have boma 3 plates there. It's a solo date in Fanaka, but there's boma 3 plates, and they'll eat all that food.
Yeah, I know they
Yeah,
do.
Do you
They
understand?
chow those
They'll
ones,
chow
bro.
that food. Though.
And
Yeah,
you
they
must
feel-
understand who's paying for that, bruh. It's not them. Eh?
It's you guys.
Yeah.
It's some gents there.
You guys are suffering.
The issue is when they shying a young 1 plate, you must know that's their money. But 3 plates, I'm fine. Somebody else is funding
See,
that
someone
thing.
else said, here's an e-wallet. Go
Yeah,
have some
no, because
food.
they don't
Yeah.
do dog. They very stingy with their money, bruh.
Yeah, they don't spend their money on anything, even to feed their own selves, dog.
You might even ask an e-wallet because you need to go to the ambulance or emergency. They won't send it to you.
What do they spend their money on, Because I'm trying to think now. Even nails, no.
Nah.
Hair, no. Definitely not.
They save it up.
Food, clothes.
Nah.
They save it up to jigela you.
You know when the only time they spend money on their money on themselves.
Girls'
nah,
night out.
nah, it's when they are baby mamas.
When they?
When they are baby mamas.
Oh, when they have to.
When they have
When
to.
they have a baby now.
When they have no choice now. You know what I mean?
Now they have to spend the
They
money.
didn't have a choice.
Because
think
they're not gonna put up a fight with the guy that knocked them up, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's
Because
late.
that guy is like, oh, you're this one wants to live off me.
I think it comes down to knowledge, actually, basically.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mpumalanga girls, not that they're poor. And some of them, they don't value money that much because maybe their dad takes care of them or whatever the case may be. But some of them just don't know. They just don't know the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, they're not exposed to it as much because we're not crazy. You know, every weekend you're not gonna go out to Coyotes and you're not gonna see Dom flying every weekend.
Yeah.
But in Johannesburg, you go out to all these clubs,
Every
you
day.
see champagne every weekend.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Even girls that don't know, even if it's their first time at the club, they'll just see champagne and they'll say, "What's going on? What's this?
Sure.
What's going?" Or they get invited to a table with grootmans
Yeah.
and they say Dom and they say Moot, somewhere.
Sure.
At least,
Now,
you know,
there's none of that.
you know,
We
at
don't
least
do
what we
those
have
things.
though. We have young bros which actually control the party life or the nightlife.
What do you mean?
You guys don't have young bros controlling your
Oh,
nightlife.
promoting.
No,
Obviously,
just in general. Your places are filled with like.
old niggas. Obviously, they don't want to give us opportunity, dog.
Dog, y'all
to
are the
start our
only young
events.
niggas here that are actually like,
Young.
that I've seen, you know, being out and just like kicking it and catching a vibe. Everybody else is just them kaba vibe,
Yeah.
you know.
Nah, that's the vibe, the other side. I think that's what the dollies like also.
Nah?
Because as much as they don't know the life, I think they're trying to chase it.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing from all these influencers when they're posting
On social media.
on social media. Then they say,
Yeah.
hey, but I also want to live that. But you can't live that in Nelspruit.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
diamond walk in Nelspruit.
Yeah.
There's no solo. There's
There's
no
just
coal,
like
there's no
charcoal
diamond walk. There's
and
just
coal
dog.
walk. It's a coal walk.
Coal walk, that's it.
Yeah. But
Literally.
I'm telling you. So tell me though, like, what's the entertainment space looking like here, or like just the nightlife? Like, is there opportunities here, and the type of opportunities you kind of get in like this kind of area? Because
No.
you know both sides.
Yeah. No, they definitely are. I think they definitely are, depending on what kind of vibe you're looking for. So I know a couple of bros, Patron Entertainment, Smokers by Patron, they did some event called Smokers Sundays, where it was basically for the youth. It was a
Yeah.
youth event, you know, for the not for the students only, but like mainly predominantly students, young people. So we needed a vibe like that because there are so many people and so many students that don't like going to these other lounges that we have because it's so full of old men.
Like we said,
Like
yeah.
we said, even yesterday when you guys were at the place that you were, Urban House, it was so full of old niggas. Dog. You couldn't
Yo,
even talk to dollies without
Feeling
being
like
scared of Gutu Bazok Tubula when you get outside. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So we were looking for like something that will bring the youth together. And it was working for some time, you understand? It was working, Smokers Sunday, it was happening almost I think 1 month, one Sunday of every month it was happening. But then obviously it fell through. So niggas don't give opportunities here. You know, as I was an MC at some stage and I'm from Nelspruit. These niggas know me from Nelspruit. I was telling you guys, how is it possible that I'm getting more bookings in Joburg? Kanti, I'm from this side. Do you understand? Everybody knows, oh, Q, or everybody used to know. Q's an MC, Q's an MC. I don't do it anymore because it's like, dude, these niggas don't give opportunities. And that's why we will never grow outside. Because you can see other provinces, dude. They're starting to, you see like Bloemfontein is starting to branch out.
Yeah.
Starting to branch out into like Joburg lifestyle and stuff like that. They're bringing artists over.
Sure.
It's because they're opening up the industry for Joburg niggas to come inside. Pause.
You had to pause that one.
For Joburg niggas to come through and open the space. But this side, no. If you look at the posters from last year, December, for Coyotes, you look at the MC, it's the same bro until today. It
Yo.
does not change. Even the DJs, it's going to be the same bros.
They don't book
Till
like
today.
out of town guys,
They
like
do
the
once
guys
in a
that are
while.
doing well, you know.
But they only book the mainstream artists. Musa
the
Keys,
mainstream
your Uncle
ones, ne?
Waffles, your Pastor 929s.
Yeah.
You know? There was a
Other
time
than that-
where Jazzy Q was a resident here in Nelspruit.
You're lying.
really?
Let's not talk
Isn't he
that camp
from?
though.
Because there was a time when we were trying to interview him and he was like, I'm in Nelspruit like the whole time.
His relative passed out. Passed away. Damn, sorry.
When?
A while ago. The time when we were trying to interview.
I think his family's from here, but he
Think
grew
so.
up in Alex. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Hey,
wonder
a
he
lo-
did,
a
but
lot
he
of
was,
the- a lot
he
of
was
the-
always here.
A lot of the Alex guys, ne? I think even Kabza.
Yeah.
Kabza has Mpumalanga ties.
Kabza also has, Kabza's
Yeah.
also been a regular for a while. But the thing is, you can bring Kabza 5 times, you'll sell out 5 times.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can bring Pori 16 times. People will come to Pori every time.
So Jazzy used to be here a lot. Which
So,
class?
Mama, every
Coyotes
weekend,
or
Coyotes.
Oh, that one.
You would
ne?
switch the Coyotes lounge, Shisa. Like, you would just switch because there's 2 of them.
Oh,
So tell me though, like, with that being said, what other opportunities are there for the young people? Because when I'm talking to every young person, either retail, either logistics, either construction, or something along those lines. Like you guys go into I'll just say businesses that are not usually practiced by young people elsewhere in the country,
Yeah.
like Joburg.
Basically. But I think it's because of, I think, mainly because of the parents. Maybe
And
we
the
have
successes,
uncles. My uncle has a construction company, so then he puts me on. Or my dad has a logistics. Not me, I'm just saying in general now. Maybe your dad has a logistics company and then he puts you on, or your mom or your whatever. So I think it's just a matter of ties.
Connections.
That's why people usually, my friend has this, so I'm gonna go into this. My friend has a store, so let me go sell clothes at his store.
Yeah.
My friend has a restaurant, let me go. You understand?
Sure.
So I think it's basically how we grew up.
Right.
Mainly. So yeah.
So it's mainly connections, just like
mainly
anywhere else in the
connections.
country, you know?
But there's nothing else, Phil. Because if you're gonna try and go into entertainment, you're gonna fail dismally unless you're brilliant. If you wanna be big in entertainment in Nelspruit, you have to go and boom that side, then you come back. Go be a huge DJ in Joburg, then you'll be booked to come back this side. Wild. Why can't I start here, be a homegrown talent, then I branch out? They don't support, unless Vele, you like, there is a dope DJ this side, Ranger Rome. He's very, very dope. You know, he gets a few big bookings this side.
What does he?
Piano.
Piano,
He's
okay,
a piano
cool.
teacher. He's a clean piano teacher. I think he's playing tonight. You'll see him.
I will cover.
There's lots of breweries that way we're going tonight that I know.
You
guys will
can
see
hear the
that
chats, boys.
You understand?
Palama notes. We're vlogging this whole thing. Bro.
You're gonna see like these breweries. They can DJ. They can, you know. And sometimes they just say, "Here's the mic."
You know you must. I wanted to say something, but it's fine. I wanted to ask though. Yeah, maybe I was gonna cap, but like when it comes to this side, dude, like you guys have. I feel like you have the potential of having a booming industry in entertainment.
Yeah.
Because look at the talent that comes out of
If you
here.
can take away the gatekeeping aspect of it from the guys at the top and allow the talent to flourish. You know, that's why piano is doing well right now, dog.
It's because there's no more
it allows new kids to flourish. Every time something that allows new talent
to flourish,
then I promise you, bro. Because a lot of these high school kids are talented, dog. First year kids, talent.
Yeah,
but then the guys at the top want to close them out because they know someone who's been doing this for
a long time.
For 5 years or whatever.
Because
you know?
I know Junior, he's an MC, so I'm gonna hire Junior because he's my friend and I know him.
Yeah. I'd much rather give him the bag.
Yeah. The guys at the top in Nelspruit, there are no guys at the top. When it comes to I'm gonna attack the MCs, whack.
All of them.
All of them. Not a single one. I can name 16 other pros that I can find in the street in J that can do a better job than they're doing. They're not even that big, though.
But it's because they knew somebody.
It's because they know someone that maybe they know the owner of the place. So then they get the bag.
So
but those niggas are finished, dog. And they old also, 32, 33. What are you doing being an MC at the club at the age of 35, 36?
MCing to first years, bro.
Boy.
They don't even know what they're saying.
My G.
Bruh.
No.
Still shine quite ad-libs there.
It's dead. They must just open up the industry.
You don't think there's a way to sort of open it up, bro?
There is a way. Just open up your own restaurant. Open up your own place. Literally, though. That's what we're trying to do.
Is that your chat, though?
That's what I'm trying to do,
That's
basically.
what it is.
I'm trying to open up my own club.
Have your own establishment.
Have my own establishment where I can make the rules and be like, okay, I'm going to do this the right way.
You know, but you're smart to share a place that people go to for vibes before a club. Because now they'll go to your vibes
to spend money
before they go to the club.
Yes.
And they start with you, and you must understand that it doesn't have that thing of, I need to be at your club at this time. Like, I can start from 6 in the afternoon just to pass time chilling at your spot. You get what I mean? So it's like anyone here, like, I'm sure you don't have problems with your spot right now. But trust me, when you open a club, you'll have problems.
Issues. Definitely. No, I'll have
Are you ready for the war, though? If you are going to open up your own spot. Because Junior was telling me yesterday, I think it was Junior, that like the guys were beefing, you know, calling cops on each other.
I was telling you guys.
Oh, you were telling me. Yeah.
That's what they do, Phil.
What if you open up your own
these guys
spot and
have cops at
they
their
start calling up,
disposal.
they start calling up cops in you and stuff,
crazy.
bro? Because they obviously bribe them, right?
I don't know about that. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, so are you ready to deal with those
No,
battles?
definitely. I'm definitely ready to deal with, because we also have our own ties. Do you understand? We also know our own people.
And like, how does it work here, you guys? Like, you guys, like, is it a community of like owners that know each other? Like, you guys
The important families
look
and
out
stuff,
for
you
each
know?
other or some shit like
No,
that?
there's no looking out whatsoever. There's
But you
not
just
a
know each
single
other.
owner besides Junior. There's not a single owner that's looked out for me in terms of my business and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
I don't think there's a community. Maybe they know each other, the other guys. But me personally, and also the owner of Urban House, I know him. It's like a chilled, so the chilled people, we know each other. Then there are those guys really that don't take shit. They're just like, yeah, I'm here to spun and that's it.
But then you said that to make it big here, you have to pop in Joburg. You did pop in Joburg. You popped nationally and you came back here and they're still giving you trouble.
It's the gatekeeping.
So what was it? You're young, you're fresh, too much talk around you.
I think it's just the gatekeeping mainly. I won't even lie. I think that's just it.
Right.
Because as an MC, the hosting gigs this side, it's very, very tough. They don't believe in hosting in Now Space. They don't believe in guest list. There's no guest list. There's no hosting. There's no promoters. There's just the MC and the DJs.
Yeah.
And come through. That's it. Word of mouth.
You know why? I think there's selective few places you can go to, just a few. So there's not much of
That
options.
importance, no?
So it's like if I have one store, why do I need to make a guest list when everyone comes to my
Come
store?
to my store. Oh, yeah. No, I think I get what you
But the
mean.
minute you guys have like several establishments back to back, you know when you're in Sandton, there's that place where it's clubs just
Yeah.
back. Those guys have to fight for the same customers.
They do.
Because now people just club hop, you know? Club hopping, yeah. Feels like you're changing provinces. Yeah.
I let them. Club hopping this side is not the same this side. You
Yeah.
literally just go from one spot to the other one.
Junior,
Tell me though about Prestige.
you wanna
though.
come give a?
Tell me about Prestige, bro. I was here during lockdown and it was still on.
Yeah,
Like you guys don't have lockdown here, no? You didn't have lockdown. Because I was here during heavy
No,
fight,
but
level 5.
COVID didn't hit now, Spit. We didn't have
Nah.
COVID.
It didn't,
There's no
nah.
COVID. There's no COVID in
You're
Nelspruit.
running around here free.
When they
nje.
closed the border, when they closed the gates, we followed with the COVID also. Well,
like,
you guys
stay-
have seen the movie Hunger Games. You know
Yeah,
that
you're
show?
like,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
staying.
we closed that thing. And we said, no, we're in our own bubble.
Nah.
We don't want problems. Yeah, but no, they didn't close Vele during lockdown. And, but it was lit though.
You guys weren't scared of the virus.
No, which one?
Hey, there's
That's a
one.
good question.
There's a one,
Hey,
lady.
which one? Which one specifically?
Which one? No, I'm joking. No, not that we weren't scared of it, but like we also weren't reckless.
Yeah.
You know, we'd put on the masks, be
And
responsible.
groove. I'm fine. Like, grooving with a mask is not the same thing, bro.
It's not, eh? Now
Nah,
every
I'm
time
fine.
you have to take a sip, now you have to try these ones. No.
When people even cut their mask, I'm like, fine, that's pointless.
Put
Just
your
take off
straw
your
inside.
mask. At this
Sure.
point, take off your mask.
But yeah, basically, that's just the vibe, dog. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys again
I know we appreciate
tonight.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
Nah,
you for
bro.
having me.
No,
Dope.
shout out to come for you pulling through. Even yesterday when you saw us, you showed us love, dog.
Yeah.
You chilled with us. You even promised to come through today and you stuck on your word. I mean, like, it's gonna be dope to see what you guys can do this side because
You understand?
I'm fana. We here with Madaiza, now we here with you.
Now you're here with
No.
Mecca also. Even after this, we're gonna say a young
The
lunch
maker. Ne?
on the Mecca. Yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah,
dope.
dog. There's more things to come, and also on your end, like before we like bring through Junior, like what else can we look forward to you?
You wanna plug anything, you know?
Yeah.
Just come through to the maker, guys.
Maker,
Yeah, come through to the
where is
Mecca
it?
whenever you're in
Address.
Nelspruit, 7 Free Street, Sonyaville Center. THE, the MECCA, on Instagram. Follow me on all my social media platforms, BAB, Sinkila, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. If you're looking for a cute boy, don't DM me. I'm not available. No, I'm kidding.
You
But
take
yeah,
it.
basically come through to the shop whenever you're in Nelspruit. And we're looking to branch out soon, maybe next year,
To where?
to Joburg. So
Joburg.
I'm looking forward to that.
Fana,
yeah.
if you shy, dog, you know what was crazy? The place we went to yesterday had a clothing store in the groove.
Yeah, Urban House.
Fana, guys,
Wild.
think about
Nah.
these things.
Nah.
Eh?
Dog, there was a cigar
Come on.
lounge there. They were
Bruh.
selling vapes. Like
Fana-
that urban house is too much.
Imagine you have like a Matiza store and then Mecca there,
Mecca
and it's
inside.
like,
dog. Can you see it's already
That'll
it's
be wild.
slangani.
It's
And then there was that room that you were telling me about that you have to like buy the bottle to get inside. Which room?
the lounge.
The VIP lounge,
Yeah.
ne?
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean.
so no, shout out,
But
shout
nah,
out.
shout out.
Yeah,
the
thank you
Mecca
so
guys,
much
don't
for
forget
pulling
to
through,
follow.
bro.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
shout
man.
out,
Yeah, of course.
Shout out, bro.
Shout out to
Yes,
homie
bro.
Q.
Thanks,
Hola, hola.
Fana, you can hear this guy's fingers, they pass rugby balls. Hey.
You can hear them on what they
You
say.
can hear them, Fana. Yeah, twa. Aye. Junior. Gucci flops.
Madaiza himself.
Yeah, dog.
What's up, bros?
Yo, the
What's
jacket
good?
is too much. Issue.
At this point, Fana, at this
Thanks,
point, you are
kids.
carrying the pride of Soweto, yeah.
Hey, no, it's too much, eh?
I know, this is a lot, bro. Like, this is definitely a lot. And then, is this Makosa? Which
course.
Fana,
I told you I support black businesses
boy.
only.
Oh yeah,
At this
that's your
point-
thing,
Ah,
ne?
it's too much.
I'm not even a Chiefs fan, but I'm
But you
supporting
had
a black
to.
business, yeah?
Yeah, too.
Black business.
That's black empires.
business.
Dog, wait, that's a cheese. Like,
Oh,
yo,
Oh.
when did you see
Van.
Ntana didn't carve, dog.
At this point, dog, Like this guy is dog. Do you get these things exclusive? Like, because I've never seen this before.
No. It's a Chiefs and Bhutan collab.
Oh, it's
They
a
did
never
the
seen it.
shirts. They did this.
I've never seen this before, my guy. Never.
Yeah.
Nah, it did quite well.
Oh, really? People bought it, ne?
Yeah. I mean, because it's like on the lifestyle side. So, like, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Pirates fan, but the jacket's hard.
So you had
Yeah, it's
to.
hard, yeah.
Because if Paris did come with something, you're probably going to touch it. But
You
like,
know?
Chief did it first, bro.
Literally.
You know,
Yeah,
Take it.
can you give us like a background on the shop, the brand? How did you guys get started in retail? You know, why did you decide to go into retail, and how did the idea for the shop come about?
Okay, so just for some background. So, both my parents are in the retail space. They've been in it for about 26 years now. And what happened was, so I'm not going to speak too much about what they do type thing, but just for some background, when I was starting grade 8, my parents are in the sportswear retail industry. So more of like we've got Edition Sports, Gen X's, some Solomon stores, whatever. So when I got to grade 8, I said to my dad, no, man, in Mpumalanga, Nelspruit specifically, we don't have like in Joburg, you've got your shelf lives, your archives. We didn't have a store that gets your collabs, your exclusive. Because within all these brands, your Nike, your Puma, your Adidas, you get different tiers. So you'll get your entry-level stock, and then you'll get your collabs, which are the highest tier. So we're like, no, let's pitch to the suppliers to say, you know what, let's open a store in Nelspruit type thing that'll get these things. Because, sometimes people forget about, like Mpumalanga, it's like, people only know Gauteng, KZN, Western Cape, but then these other provinces, they seem to forget about them. So, we came up with this idea, design a store, it's going to be very different type thing. And when we're coming up with the name, so Madaiza, it's a nickname I was given to by my uncle. So we're like, no, man, let's call it Madaiza, because the shop, basically, I wanted to represent me. And basically, like, I've just growing up in retail, I've always loved clothes. I'm a sneakerhead, all those things. So I wanted, something that just represents me. When someone walks into the store, they can say, hey, that's Junior. We can just see. Funny enough, when Q was here last week, when they saw the mannequins, they're like, these mannequins, they dress like you, bro. It's like,
They do.
So we opened the store, and then the agreement I kind of had with my dad was, no, it's, I'm also very grateful that, my parents are in that position where, because, I kind of understand I'm starting from a level of privilege, so it was kind of an agreement of, we'll open the store for you, because you're starting high school, you're still going to be involved in it. So I was involved with ordering the stock, all that stuff, but my parents were running it for me. It was still part of like under their business. And then we had an agreement to say, once I finish university, if I finish on time, good marks, we'll sign it full ownership over to you, everything. So I just graduated now from the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. In April, got the store signed over to me. So, but it's like, I've been working on the store since like day one. It was my vision. I chose which brands we're going to put in it. I was still doing all the buyings and stuff. So, obviously it's a bit tough when you're still in high school. And then also I was at university in another continent type thing. So trying to balance all of that. But, it's my dream growing up, looking at my parents. I always wanted my own store. Like I said, something that represented me. So that's why, because another thing is a lot of my friends ask me, you finished university, why didn't you maybe stay that side for, another 2-3 years? A lot of people do that. They'll work there maybe for 5 years, then come back to South Africa. But I was like, you know what? My baby's this side type thing. I want to grow it, I'm happy to say Madaiza is quite well known, not only in Nelspruit, but within the province. It's quite big, but I kind of want to take it to a national scale, that it's even big, that, can open doors in Gauteng. But even besides that, we've started an e-commerce site also. I just kind of want people to, regardless of whether you're in Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg, Limpopo, but you know what Madaiza is and what Madaiza is about. Yeah.
So no, like you spoke about this, but like I just wanted to understand, like, so when you said you come from a background of like retail, like so from your parents' end, they were the first. They're the first of the bloodline from your end to start into retail.
Because
it's a hard thing. It's
because obviously my parents are also like first generation of like, where you're like good financially. Not that they, came from very good families, but just as majority of black people in South Africa, things were tough. Grew up here with maybe 5 people at home in a 2-bedroom type thing. So my dad was very fortunate. He used to work for Total Sports back in the day and had a good relationship with them type thing. And then in 1996, had an opportunity to move to Nelspruit and open his first store. And then, they moved this side to Nelspruit because I have a sister who's 7 years older than me. She was born in Pretoria. My mom's also from Pretoria. They used to live in Pretoria. And then I was born this side, they moved. So literally my whole life, that's what I've grown up with, Like even when I was younger, it was so funny at the malls and stuff. They would see me walking with my dad, going to the shops, kind of learning, on the weekends and during school holidays when I was still in primary school, I used to go work at the shops type thing. Because it's also like I said, I've like grown up, being interested in clothing and footwear. And it's like, when you're younger, you just want to follow your dad and your mom in like with everything they do. Sure. So it was kind of like growing up, that's, I said to myself from day one, this is what I want to do when I'm older. But at the same time, I don't want to like kind of just live off my parents. I want to create my own legacy, my own path. Yeah. I want to be known as, Junior Zwane, not Ndumiso son. Type
sure, yeah. No, but like, that's a cheese boy statement, eh? I want to make my own money. Like, at least you have the option of saying that,
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but tell me though, like for, when you talk about stock taking, like getting all these things here is not that easy. Like, cause I know there's, you kind of, when we first met, you kind of gave us like a young brief history of how things were running before, and like how things have gotten right now.
Yeah.
And for you to be in this position where you're doing this, it's not that easy. Like it's not just like a stock thing. And
can you also touch on the longevity of the brand and how long it's been running for?
Sure.
And when you started the in-house brand.
So I'll start with you, Steph, first. So yeah, a lot of people think, you can just wake up one day and decide I'm opening a store type thing. So obviously, I have my own in-house brand, which I started during lockdown, which I'll get to. But obviously, so the brands I do your Nike, your Puma, Adidas, Bhutan, Alpha Industries, Goran Bros, New Balance. I've got to make sure I don't forget in case they're watching. NBA and New Era. And basically with these brands, how it works is... So a lot of them, now it's even harder. But before, they also want like guarantees type thing that you're going to be able to pay for your stock, whatever. So they'll say to you, okay, put X amounts down of capital, which is money, And also how it works is, it's why I always put pressure on my staff to say, guys, we need to push turnover and stuff. Because when stock arrives in a store, you have 30 days to pay that. And suppliers want their money. They don't care if there's load shedding. If there was a lockdown, you've ordered the stock, it's arrived. 30 days to pay it, you know what I mean? So, and a lot of these bigger brands now, they've changed the strategy in terms of they don't want to deal with independents. They want to deal with more of your big chains, your Foschini groups, your big accounts, because it's just, it's big money type thing. And it's also, most of the time you won't have problems with accounts things. So the other tough thing for me was I took over a business after lockdown, which was extremely tough for, not even just people who are in retail, most industries, entertainment. I can tell you, for example, we weren't open, but the landlords still want their rents.
How sweet.
I have employees that I still have to pay.
Well, what? They're at home.
Yeah. Like
doing what? Washing their shoes.
Because people still have families to feed, type thing. And also before lockdown, through God's grace, the business was doing very well. cash flow was like, it was good. It was good, and it's also, I was raised in a way of, you look out for people type thing. And, sometimes people take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And, I've had people who, I thought were my friends back in the day type thing. You grow up. It's just because that's how, like, I was raised by my parents is, you treat everyone with respect, regardless of whether they have money or not, whatever. And you just be genuine to people, which I'm very big on. So I do the same with my staff, whatever. Lockdown was tough for all of us. We were all at home. But the place where I kind of was, I think the landlords should have been more, understanding that we're not open, but you still want your rents type thing. And some landlords, were, okay, we can decrease your rents type thing, which, but still we're not open and we're still paying rents. And then also when we even opened again, remember we were still under levels, like under level 4.
Regulated and stuff.
Do you know what I mean? So obviously you're not going to be making the money you were making before. So
it's just that whole fear or stigma of being outside right now.
Do you know what I mean? And also, people don't have that purchasing power anymore. People don't have as much disposable income as they had before COVID. So now maybe instead of someone wanting to buy, not to say they're not going to buy a Nike t-shirt or something, but, you don't have that much disposable income. That's because, these are not necessities. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we also had to, kind of change our business plan to say, you know what, we've got our loyal customers. How are we going to get more customers? And,
online.
Push online, but also within the physical store, type thing. And also, just keeping your store exciting, working with people. But then also, you've got to have those tough discussions with the brands to say, maybe you're falling a bit behind on your accounts or whatever. But to say, look, no, how can we sort this out, type thing. Because I've got a vision for my store. My suppliers know my vision for my store. I'm a young guy, I'm trying. There's a lot of guys who are doing it in the country, that I look up to. Look at your Lekao, your Theo, your even the brew from Galaxy Boy, all these Laduma. Guys are doing big things out there, and that's so like motivating for me because it's black people doing big things. Tepo jeans, doing great things within the retail space. So, it's like I can only hope, and not only hope, but I just know because of the belief I have in myself that I'm going to reach those levels or even higher, to be honest.
So can you talk about the in-house brand in terms of like developing that and actually like it later coming on after you've established the store already,
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. So what happened was, my vision for the store, so growing up, I've always had a love for these brands, your Nike, your Puma, your Adidas, etc. But even like, not to say only international brands, but even local brands, to be honest, because I do some local brands in my store. But during lockdown, like obviously it was very tough, like in the retail space, but for everyone. And I was just thinking like, like how can we do things differently, bring in some more money? And I was like, no, man, Madaiza, we've already got a big following within the province of Mpumalanga. And that's when you were seeing these brands of Trip, Batu, they were growing. Because during lockdown, things shifted in terms of South Africans wanted to support their own.
Yeah, true. Exactly.
Like people had the sense of, it was very patriotic in terms of, I want to buy this because it's done by a South African bro.
So at that time, you didn't have any brand? In-house brand?
I didn't have an in-house, no, before lockdown. So then before lockdown, I didn't have an in-house. I just did all the other brands.
Would you say that decision was heavily inspired by the fact of your profits, your margins?
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes, to a certain extent, definitely. But also just because, we were locked indoors, but then I also saw, I don't know, not to say South Africans never supported their own before, but
it was an increase.
During lockdown, there was like, shift, you know what I mean? There was a shift and it was massive. So I saw, no, man, there's an opportunity to be made here. People know my store already. So if I launch my brand, people are going to support because they know my store already. Mm-hmm. And also, so the company that manufactures for me from Durban, they're already a very well-established company. It's called the Sector Group. They manufacture for North Face, like
Yo, and man.
Fox, all of them. So, because another thing that people don't understand is like doing your own clothing brand and stuff is hard.
And also securing those kind of, what you call...
minimums.
I'm saying just the level that they at. Like you could have gotten any
The
guy...
quality.
Exactly.
The quality and the brand actually has like a good reputation.
100%. Because that was like when I was having like discussions with my dad, I was like, I don't want to compromise. You know, people know my store to be of a certain level, a certain caliber. So I don't want now my in-house to kind of, you know, like the quality.
It's giving
like,
me small street vibes.
you know what I mean? So, and the tough thing with like a lot of manufacturers is they'll tell you, okay, we can place an order for this amount of t-shirts, but they'll tell you there's minimums you need to reach. So because of my relationship with those guys, I'm kind of hopping on like minimums of someone else and I'm able to obviously reach them and the price is still the same. And, you know, the great thing with like launching my own in-house is, you know, I'll buy a t-shirt for X amount and I sell it for whatever amount. So my GP is much more than what I'm getting from selling, you know, your Nikes, your Puma, which the GP is still good, but my in-house, my GP is higher type thing. So, you know, like started, you know, working on designs during lockdown. And then I have some friends who already have their own brands type thing. So I was having some discussions with them because one thing about me, I'm very big on collaborating, especially with young people. It's like, you know, I might know something in my field, but then you two, for example, know more than me and better than me in a certain field. Q, for example, has a restaurant or something. I can learn from him. So one thing about me, I have no shame in asking people for help and assistance because it's how we grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had someone also like help me, a friend of mine from Durban with designs, gave me some ideas. And then the company I use in Durban as well, they also have their own in-house like team of designers. So I work with them, sit down with them. They ask me, what's the inspiration behind Madaiza? What are we thinking for this season? Type thing like that. So then we launched type thing, you know, people here at home supported really well. But like I said, I really wanted to take this thing like, you know, like outside of Mpumalanga type thing, you know, untapped markets where I haven't been. So then, you know, I saw it's really like how it is now, like social media has a like big impact. So, you know, I thought to myself, no, man, let me try. You know, I know some people with like big followings that have a social media presence. Let me, you know, speak to them and, you know, kind of pitch my idea to them. Because I'm also like, I don't want you, and that's why I've even told you guys when we met the first time, I'll never work with someone who I'm just going to pay you and you do a campaign for me for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's kaput, you know? Because for me, it's kind of like, I want you to invest in this. I don't want you to look at it as Madaiza's Junior's business. I want it to, you're looking
it's
at
a
it
baby
as
of
our
yours
business
too.
together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want us to grow together organically. So like everyone I'm working with at the moment, you know, it's kind of like, I told them like what my plans are, what I believe I can do. And, you know, and yeah, they've obviously sold into my vision type thing. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that. And like the people right at the beginning, you know, who supported me were Chili Mings.
Shout out Chili Mings.
Shout out Chili and Mandla, his brother also, you know. So Chili's friends with my brother-in-law. So I spoke to my brother-in-law and say, you know, can I meet Chili? I know he's got a following. I know he's in the industry, knows people, you know, met him. And, you know, Chili, like, he didn't have to meet me or anything like that, you know. And he met with me, you know, like, and now we get along, like, really well. Like, we hang out, go out together. And, like, you know, he pushes my stuff, you know.
I told you
like,
I ran into him in Santon, right?
Yeah, you told me.
I was wearing the Madaiza t-shirt, right? And then I went up to him, like, do you know this guy? And then he had his Madaiza tee under his sweater.
Yeah.
So I was like, look. And I was like, oh shit, we twins, you know?
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Just like that.
Yeah, so it's just that. So at the moment, you know, I'm like looking with people I can work with, you know, and I'm literally open to anyone as long as it makes sense. Like, you're buying into the Madaiza vision, and also it just like, it must make sense. It must be organic and something that's natural, not forced type thing.
I wanted to ask, like, because also the other thing is our pod and our platform is, I would say, mainly centered around entertainment and music.
Yes.
How does entertainment and fashion come together,
Like,
meet each other, or correspond, or like, how do people like with your skills and us
Yeah.
meet each other halfway? Because I can think of a lot of ways, but from you and your experience, like just working with a lot of creatives in the entertainment and the music industry, how's it been so far?
It's been it's been interesting because I'm very shy, hey. Like, my friends know my real life. Like,
you shy? How long have you been talking? That's 3 questions. You spoke 30 minutes.
No, like, I'm not like, I don't know, like, I don't even have Instagram. Like, there's obviously the Matiza Instagram. Like, I'm a very like private person. My circle is like very small, type thing. So literally, my dad's I have many mentors that I look up to, go to advice for, and my dad's one of them. And, we were like speaking, and I was saying, I need to go speak to these people who are kind of like out there type thing. But it's also I'm learning something about myself, and it's going to help me grow as a person. You know what I mean? So, the entertainment industry, obviously, it's like, you've got to be out there. You can't be, shy, scared, what. So, it's like, that's a big thing for me. It's also like, I'm growing type thing, just because naturally I'm more of a, I don't know if reserved is the right word, but it's just like, I'm very like,
you're introvert.
Yeah, I like to, like, have my people, like, don't want people to like, see you like what you're doing, like, just push my own lane and stuff. But remember, the entertainment industry and, us who are like within like fashion and stuff, it's all arts and culture. So it's all intertwined, interlinked type thing. So, even the roots of the entertainment industry are deeply rooted within, fashion and vice versa type thing. You just see how these artists are dressing type thing, doing their own merch. So, with you guys, like, I'm very big on podcasts. Like, I hardly watch TV besides sports. And I watch podcasts quite a bit. And I watch your guys' podcast, and I was like, no, man, like, I'm a big fan of the podcast type thing. But it's a relationship that I can see makes sense. But I was like, I need to meet them first because I don't know them. And that's why I was very keen on meeting you guys face to face. Like, that's what I say with a lot of people I'm working with, is because some people say, let's hop on a Zoom, let's hop on a call. But it's not the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. I hate those meetings, bruh.
Yeah.
Zoom meetings. Every time someone wants a Zoom meeting, I'm just like, we might as well not meet. It's like a phone call,
And it's not the same effect as when you're gonna meet someone live jived. You know what I mean? Live jive, I can also kind of like read you, like, and I can tell, like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I always tell that I can, from my first meeting with someone, I always know if it's gonna work out or not.
Also, you have good intuition.
Yeah, not only with business only, but also like my first time meeting someone, I can tell if we're gonna be friends or not. Like, yeah.
Okay, that's dope. So just tell me, like, I also asked in that question, like, just like working with entertainment people, like, how has it been? Have you worked with other people before, like artists, collaborators? Like,
I'm trying, but it's also, I don't want to blast people, but it's also a thing of, I'm trying to grow, obviously, Madaiza's like social media platform, type thing. But, it's the thing of, I'll DM someone and then they won't respond type thing. And it's kind of like, I'm lucky in terms of, I've got friends who are in that industry or know people type thing. So they can get me into contact with those people, which is a blessing. But like I said, I'm very big on things being organic. And I also want you to actually like buy in, I actually want you to buy into this thing because you believe in it. Don't buy in it because maybe, Junior is this. Like, that's like fake, bro. Like, I want you to actually, you believe in this vision. And, because like, if it's just a thing of, maybe junior just because I'm friends with Steph and Ria. Now you want to work with me maybe because you think, I don't know.
You have arrived.
I've arrived or certain something, So, and it's always hard to tell people's intentions. So, yeah, it's like, it's tough, but like I'm learning along the way, just through like connections of friends, but then also through my dad and like some of my family members. So, yeah.
What advice would you give anybody who wants to get into this type of space? Anybody who wants to open a store or open or just a label, just a street brand? What advice?
Or even just had it, just to help the like small startup, brands. Because everyone, like a lot of people actually start the shandies. It's just, they don't ever leave from being a small, business. How do they expand and, grow?
So before I answer this question, I just think it's very important for, like, I'll say it again, like, I'm lucky in terms of like
your background.
My background in terms of I didn't have to start from nothing like my parents. And that's why, not to say like a privilege is a bad thing, as long as you always are aware of it, and you make the most of it. So like there's some great guys, they're doing wonderful things who, had to start from nothing. Like look at Legao's story, like, even Theo, even the Galaxy Boy Brew. And, those are like great stories. So I'm aware of the fact that I'm privileged in terms of my dad's built something and I kind of just, could go. And not to say now, it's like, because it's still a lot of work, because, it doesn't mean that because your parents or whoever has given you something, because we've seen a lot of cases where, kids take over from their parents or whatever, or their parents give them capital.
And they fuck it up.
And they fuck it up. It doesn't work out.
So it's tough to manage it also.
No, literally. So that's why, like, literally in grade 8, like, with my dad it was like, no, this is like my dream. And he was like, no, it's fine. We can do it, because I can also see that it makes sense and it will work out. But he told me, you're still going to be involved in it. Just because you're in high school or what doesn't mean you're not, you'll do what you can. And same at university. And then, but like, bro, it's really difficult. I won't lie. But I always say to people, if you have a dream and a passion, like, go for it, bro. But as long as you're willing to put in the work. The problem is now people want success quickly. Like, they want instant gratification type thing. You want to see the coins now. You want to buy a GTI now, Golf R. It doesn't work like that. You need to put in, the work type thing. You need to collaborate with people. I don't know how important, that's like big. People have this thing of, they want to gatekeep and like collaborating with people. And it's also like how you learn. And it's like, I don't know, people have this perception that if now I have to tell, like when NK, if I come tell you something, when are you going to eat alone? Like, we can both eat together.
There's more than enough guap,
And there's more than enough market share for all of us type thing. And like, we're black people, like, let's support each other. Like, and that's why I was even telling you guys, like, I also like in my store, so I do Bhutan, which is obviously a South African brand type thing. But I want to like put more like local brands in my store, because I know for people who have like brands, it's hard for them to like open stores, because the costs are like a lot. There's rents.
Oh yeah.
There's like so you see these fixtures and stuff. Yeah. Like, these are expensive to put in. There's still sound system. You need to pay salaries. So that's why you see a lot of brews. They won't have shops.
How much startup capital would you need for something like this?
Coins, boy.
Including opening stock and everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Say between 3 to 5 million.
I thought you were going to say like
100, ne?
700,000 or something, dog.
No.
Dog, also don't.
But that's everything. That's everything.
Everything
so that's
included.
Because remember, when you go to a mall to open they want a guarantee.
Damn, bro, 3.5 million.
So they'll say, okay, sure, here's your lease, whatever. Give us 100,000. Like a guarantee. The suppliers want the same thing.
So
also.
that's like basically like close to impossible for a normal guy on the road, miss.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you need to like collaborate and like you start somewhere. Because I mean, look at Legao and Theo and them, like, and their story is like amazing to hear.
But you do know that they got IDC funding, right?
No, I
Do you
don't
know the story though? You
I
don't
don't
know
know.
it. Nah, we know. We're from Joburg. We know the stories.
No, I don't know. And also, like, bro, like, our governments, like, yeah, fair enough. Like, there's a lot of flops and stuff, but there's also they have great things, but like
Right.
that they don't speak about, that people don't know.
What type of things though?
Like, bro, like even myself, like I'm applying for funding for my store, like, because I want to take it to another level. But obviously, like I said, I've got capital, but it's not enough, or it's not at the level maybe that I need, type thing. But governments, there's a lot of like SIF, like SEFA, there's a lot of NYDA, there's a lot of these initiatives where it's like grants. So grants, you don't pay the money, they give you money. Do you know what I mean?
It's not a loan.
And it's like, even they have some loan things, but it's a 1 to 2%, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Interest, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to go to the bank and go get loans now, because they're going to kill me with their interest. Do you know what I mean? But these like government agencies, like, it's just people don't know about them, and they've got amazing stories that have come out from your IDC. It's just your IDC is more concentrated on like manufacturing and like farming and stuff, so not necessarily retail. But your NYDA, your SEFA. Now I sound like I'm promoting government.
Nah,
That's not even the case.
No, you must
'Cause,
understand that for some people which have the knowledge, the hardworking, mentality, and just like they want to succeed.
Yes.
These things are important to them. There's people which are going to mess it up. We know.
100%.
They're going to get the money. I don't know. Maybe they don't give money. No. They're going to get the money. You see a Ferrari parked outside.
Yeah.
And then there's people which are going to use it for the good things. So it's best that we try to empower and give more knowledge to the youth that are actually going to use it for the right reasons,
No, 100%. And that's why, because obviously we all have great ideas and stuff, but the toughest thing is we don't have capital. Like obviously white people, generational wealth, they go, Dad, can I open a business?
Goes deep.
Like, but that's why I'm saying there's like, government has some great initiatives, like organizations, but people just don't know about them. And that's also the government's fault. They meant to, like even myself, I didn't know about, it's only like now where like you'll even find out that there's a youth fund through the Premier's office.
Yeah,
where you just put through your business plan, whatever. They give you a grant. They give you money. And you get a mentor, because that's the most important thing. I believe in mentorship, learning from people that have succeeded. They assign you a mentor who checks on you, helps you with your business. So yeah, there's these great initiatives. It's just people don't know about them, and they can really like help you go a long way. And that's why we need like people who've done well in business to, they must be like vocal and tell us that, guys, there's these things like through governments, that can assist you. Even our leaders are meant to tell us that young people, there's these things that you can apply for and they'll assist you. Like, go for it, But again, my biggest thing, collaborating.
Collaboration.
What's the biggest difference what's the difference right now between the online traffic and the in-store traffic?
So,
like in the whole industry, not just your store, in South Africa, the whole market.
Okay.
And then you can bring it back to your store.
Yeah. So I think, obviously, because, sorry, I'm just going to touch on like overseas a little bit to give you a picture.
Yeah.
So overseas, for example, there's a lot of brands that are doing extremely well that only have an online store. They don't have a physical store. But like the guys that like own those stores are like, you can see them driving a Urus or whatever. Whatever. So South Africa, obviously, we catch on to trends a bit slower. So there was a stage in SA where, I'm not talking about it right now, but back then, you had to have a physical store. If you had an online store, but no physical store, you weren't really making.
What was the
People were
catalyst though?
questioning,
What was the catalyst?
What do you mean?
Lockdown.
Even before lockdown, because obviously, like e-commerce has been growing.
In SA.
Yes, and then lockdown obviously took it to another level. Do you know what I mean? So it's like right now, I think if you market your brand well and you push it really, really hard, you could actually cope without having a physical store and just having an online store. And you're saving costs. Think about it. You're not paying rent. You don't have that many stuff. And but if you've marketed your brand like really, really well, Like, for example, another brand I'm a big fan of, Michael Matthews, doesn't have a store,
Sure.
just an e-commerce thing.
Yeah.
His stuff sells out like that. There's a lot of
So it's
brands
mainly
like
the
that.
marketing that's gonna.
Beautiful Boys, Neophytes, which is like a friend, Tabiso, a friend of mine. It's his brand. There's a lot of brands like this. They don't have physical stores because it requires a lot of cost. But the one thing I'll say is, in South Africa, mall cultures and stuff like that are still big. That's why you're seeing malls are being built everywhere. There's always a new mall popping up because, like, we still big on, people still prefer, like, physical stores are still bigger than e-commerce in South Africa. Even though e-commerce is growing, physical stores are still bigger. So I think it is important to have a physical store if you've got the capital. Do you know what I mean? If you've acquired the capital that you can have a physical store.
But I think also e-commerce has its own costs that physical stores
100%.
don't have. Do you think it's equivalent to a physical store?
No.
The cost, no
way
ways.
less.
No, it's like
Way less. though.
like so. But
he said
obviously there are
3.5.
costs like your website developments,
Delivery.
Inventory.
deliveries,
Storage.
Obviously, you also still get stock, storage, but your physical store will just be more because especially like your rentals. Like when you're at a mall, whatever, like like this is the main mall in Nelspruit. Like I won't disclose
Mpumalanga
how
Mall.
much. Yeah, I won't disclose how much my rent is, but it's not like
It's not
it's
not pop and place.
It's not pop and place, So yeah, physical store. I still think because of like how South Africa is, it's still number one because we're still big into like going to shops and stuff like
We
that.
love the
But
experience of carrying the bags and.
How the bro was telling us Louis Vuitton bag was the flex thing.
yeah.
but e-commerce is like you need to jump on it. Like it's
Also,
that.
I wanted to know, how in touch do you have to be like with the fashion scene, with the other brands, other stores, like to keep up basically?
Like what you mean? Wait, you mean like my competitors or not
I'm
necessarily?
talking like just in the entire space, like how much, not necessarily research,
Yeah.
but like how close do you have to keep your ear on the street?
You definitely. But I think that's for anything because it's like if you don't know what's going on within your own industry, then
Right, yeah.
you'll fail. Do you know what I mean? So I'm lucky in terms of this is my passion. It's what I've grown up on. So take my store out of it. I'm already glued into the culture.
Right, yeah,
Like
yeah.
what's happening, like clothing, brands, all of that. Like that, like I grew up on that stuff. I love it. Do you know what I mean? But especially now because of my store, it's important for me to kind of, I need to understand like what's happening, type thing. And that's why I'm saying I'll always stock your Nikes and your other stuff because that's what I love. Like
Right,
that's what I
yeah.
love. But I want to push the South African brands also. So this is also a shout out to these South African brands. Like message the Madaiza IG Madaiza on Instagram, and then send me your catalogs, your pricing and stuff.
You can see
and
what
I
you
can,
guys, yeah.
especially like for the guys who don't have physical stores.
Right,
Like
yeah.
this is a great chance for you to put your stuff in my store, and also, you might be in Nkhaotic and stuff. Now people from Mpumalanga will know your brand
Yeah.
type thing, as long as like, the only thing is you must have like
A reasonable amount. 'Cause
yeah,
that's where they
and
kill you.
I think the problem is like sometimes like creatives don't have business acumen, so they don't understand that like I can't wait for you to, you're still saying you're still waiting for the stock, whatever. Like there's a level of professionality that has to
Yeah,
be there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you need if you say you're gonna deliver in November, I have to have it by November, the quantity that I ordered. But bro, shout out. There's a lot of South African brands.
But
that,
then also the fact that they charge you relatively close to the market price. So
yeah,
you
to what
can't-
they sell.
You
Yeah,
don't like make nothing out of it.
exactly. Because that's the other thing. If you guys have your own brand, say Isam, whatever, you can't sell to me what you are gonna sell like for yourselves. Because I need to make profits. I need to put a
Right.
markup on it, type thing.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
still make my profits. So, but again, these brands hit me up. Let's work. like, you know, we can have a discussion.
So do you think that's what stops local brands from getting into actual like retail? Maybe it's the way they actually conduct their business.
100%. It's that. And it's also like, because, you know, when you're at like a small scale, you can manage it like the way you're managing it, it's fine, it's controllable. But then now, for Shini Group, for example, a sports scene is saying we want your thing in every single store. It can be overwhelming. So I don't blame them.
Okay.
But that's why I think it's very important to like learn business acumen and like, you know, like speak to guys that have already like done it who can like assist you.
That's that mentorship you're talking about.
Because that is the thing that's holding them back, because they're doing dope stuff. Like their clothing's dope. But I think it's because they're like, this bro, like he can't give me the minimums I want. His deliveries, like, you know, and these guys are just like, it's big corporations. They're not gonna be understanding. I can be more understanding because I'm an independent with one store.
Right.
So I can be more understanding. But for you to get to big chains, there's a certain level of like professionality you have to have. And their deadlines are deadlines. They don't want to hear excuses. And same with me. I'm also like that. But I can be more understanding because I'm an independent.
Right. You're moving as your own entity type
Literally.
thing. I want to know also, just want to quickly touch on this music, Shandis.
Sure.
You guys need a license to play music, right?
In the store.
License? No.
I've heard apparently you do, but I think no one has a license.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask, Guti. Do people...
I saw that on a podcast. I don't know.
Oh, no. So MacG was saying that at the club, DJs, rappers, anyone who performs music in a public space...
It's meant to give you some sort of royalty.
Meant to get coins, right? And the only way for you to get coins is for people to have licensing. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like even the place we were at yesterday, Nkhaotic is meant to have a license to have music played.
So how are we going to like check that when Zaganjani was played 6 times that night? How are we gonna know?
You're meant to record it.
Oh, dog. Can we talk about that structure in South Africa?
Yeah, I actually watched
so
that
I wanted
episode.
to ask, Guti, what's the culture like in that thing? You say people don't really do it, nah?
Nah. If anyone does it to you, I'd be surprised.
Right.
Like, we just put our connect Bluetooth, play the music.
Yeah.
You know?
Because at this point, dog, I feel like they need to create like an actual system or program. Because no one's gonna sit down and say today, Bastrata, was playing 60 times.
So what's your plan,
You know what I'm
Vele, with going to Gauteng? Are you going to open up a store there or?
So, God willing, I've got something in the pipeline at the moment.
Yeah.
If everything goes according to plan, we could have one before March next year in Gauteng. I won't say where or anything, but yeah, like I said, God willing, if everything goes according to plan, we're having discussions, stuff like that. I'm also doing work behind the scenes, type thing, Yeah, like we could have one next year.
No,
good luck with everything, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Once again, we appreciate the hospitality and everything,
Yeah, of course.
This is our second home now.
Yeah, no, I also want to say, like, shout out to you guys. Like, even when I, met you guys the first time, like, you guys actually responded to my DM on Twitter, even though you took maybe 6 months to respond. You guys actually responded still. Yeah. And then, like, we spoke, we met, whatever. And then, like, that's what I always say to, like, people. You're like, never nyatsa someone. Especially, like, if you don't know them. Like, nothing's going to kill you. Like, and this thing of I'm busy, we're all busy, bro.
We are all busy.
We're all busy. You can take like 5 minutes out of your day, like to meet with someone. Just, even if it doesn't even mean when I meet with you that like we're going to do something.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
But just listen to
to connect,
listen what someone has to say. You can end up even learning something from someone, And like, I don't know. Like, I know I'm going a bit off track, but that thing annoys me. Like, there's this thing in South Africa. We have this culture of, if you're not earning a certain amount or you're not popping like that, why should I interact with you? Or like, what are you going to do for me?
It's a very classist culture.
It is. It's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
It's like fucked up. Like, you don't know people and you don't know 10 years time, you could be coming to me and I'm going to remember that time you didn't want to give me the time of day.
Exactly. Because you never know what could happen.
Just treat everyone with respect, bro. Like, it's not hard.
I feel like that's the perfect message to end it on, you know?
Yeah.
Treat everybody with respect. Straight out of MP. Thank you guys so much. Bro.
Mpumalanga.
Shout out. Thanks, guys.
You know what it is. Away.
Yes.